Welcome back, students. Today I am going to continue with the lesson Glimpses of India, Part 3, Tea from Assam, written by Arup Kumar Datta. Before I take up the reading and explanation part, let me give an introduction to this chapter. In Tea from Assam, Arup Kumar Datta describes how popular tea has become as a beverage in the world. Over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. It shows the increasing popularity of tea. The lesson gives a graphic description of the sea of tea bushes stretching as far as eyes can go in Assam. The plucking of the newly sprouted leaves by groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs are vividly described in the lesson. Come on, let's get started. Please follow my reading. Chai garam, garam chai. A vendor, means seller, called out in a high pitched voice. He came up to the window and asked, Chai, saab? Give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajvi said. Whew! Ex- exclaimed Pranjal. Tea really is very popular. So, the student, tea is very popular, as you know, in India. At every platform of railway station, you can hear vendors saying chai, chai, garam chai. You can find everyone in the compartment sipping the steam hot tea. So, we would like to have hot tea. Over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. So, over 80 crores of cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. So, move on to the next slide. Follow my reading. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajvi too was an ardent, strong fan of detective stories. But at the moment, he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green, green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent, grand view against the backdrop of densely, thickly wooded hills. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Dwarfing, dominating the tiny tea plants were all sturdy, strong shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll like figures. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of all of tall chimneys. So, the students, we find it was green, green everywhere. So, uh, Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. The green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. So, small tea bushes stretched as far as the eyes could see. Amid the tall, sturdy, shady trees, there were rows of tea bushes. So, Pranjal was born and brought up on the plantation, so he was not excited. Assam has the largest concentration of tea plantation in the world. So here, what made tea plants look tiny and dwarf is the size of tea plants as compared to tall trees in the background. So here, the doll-like figures. So the doll-like figures busily moving amidst the rows of tea bushes were picking up tea leaves. So the passage describes this. So this passage describes a tea garden. So here the word billowing here means rolling in waves. So here, where did Pranjal bury his nose? He buried in the detective book. Usually, he was fond of reading detective book. Now, again we can find what is the meaning of magnificent view. So, magnificent view means there was greenery all around and the place was filled with the soft paddy fields. So, it was a magnificent view, grand view. Next, follow my reading. Hey, a tea garden? Rajveer cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajveer's excitement. Oh, this is tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You'll see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. I've been reading as much as good about tea, Rajveer said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Well, there's the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. See, the legend about the discovery of tea is mentioned, is explained in this slide. So, before starting, for some, Rajveer collects a lot of information about tea. He tells Pranjal that the two legends, the Chinese and the Indian, they tell about the discovery of tea. So, yeah, in the Chinese legend, Chinese emperor used to drink water after boiling. One day, a twig fell into the water and gave it a delicious flavor. So, the leaves of that twig were tea of what? Tea leaves. So, yeah, the green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. So, small tea bushes stretched as far as the eyes could see, amid the tall, sturdy, shady trees. So, there were rows of tea bushes. So, Pranjal was born and brought up on the plantation, so he was not excited. So, since he is from the same place, he was not so much excited. So, Assam has the largest concentration of tea plantations in the world. So, the first story tells us that a Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it, one day a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. Have you understood, students? Come on, let's move on to the next slide. Tell me another scoffed Miss taunted Pranjal. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic monk, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished, means drove away sleep. tea was first drunk in China. Rajveer added, as far back as 2700 BC, in fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage or drink. So, here, according to the Indian legend, a Buddhist ascetic means monk, once cut off his eyelids. Why? Because he used to feel sleepy during meditation. 10 plants grew out of these eyelids. The leaves of these, when put in hot water, banished sleep. So, this particular legend tells us that the leaves of these plants, when put in hot water, why? Because these plants they grew out of eyelids. So he cut off his eyelids to banish, to meditate well, because he used to feel sleepy during meditations. Now the tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when it put in hot water and drunk, banished, drove away sleep. So this is the second legend we find regarding the tea. So here the legend about the discovery of tea. So it was first drunk in China. Who added? Rajveer. So as far as back as 2700 BC. So in fact words such as tea, chai or chini are from which Chinese language. So tea came to Europe only in the 16th century. It was drunk more as medicine than as beverage, means drink. The train clattered, means here it is stopped or making sound into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Dekia Bari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered, started sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dekia Bari tea estate. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned, trimmed to the same height. Groups of tea pluckers, those who pluck tea leaves, with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, overcoat, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. So, here we find that Pranjal's parents come to receive them. Both the friends get down of Mariani Junction station. So Pranjal's parents had come to receive them. They take to them to Dekiabari, where who lives? Pranjal lives. So his father is the manager of what? A tea estate there. So on both sides of road, they see tea gardens and the plucker women plucking new sprouts of what? Tea plants and putting them in the basket on their backs. So they also wear plastic aprons. So what do they wear? They wear plastic aprons. So this is what we find there. So again, if you go on to explain here, so we find that Assam has the largest number of tea estates in India. So acre upon acre of tea bushes are stretching as far as what? The eyes can go. So all the bushes are pruned to the same height. All the bushes are pruned to the same height. So groups of tea pluckers carry bamboo basket on their back to collect tea leaves. So what do they wear? They wear plastic aprons from and they pluck the newly sprouted tea leaves from the bushes. Then the leaves are dried and processed in factories. So we move on to the next slide. Pranjol's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it? So Mr. Barua, Rajveer asked, it lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjol's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Barua, Rajveer admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. So, here we find that Pranjol's father, who? Pranjol's father said this to Rajveer. What did he say? Said, told him about the second flush or sprouting period of tea, that is from May to July, that yields the best tea. So here the speakers, the assumption is about Rajveer's extensive knowledge of tea plantation. His extensive knowledge about tea plantation surprised Mr. Barua because he didn't expect from someone who had come there for the first time. So this actually surprised him. So next he goes on to say that it is true that Pranjol was born and brought up on tea plantation. So his father managed which tea estate? Dekia Bari tea estate in Assam. However, his friend Rajveer's knowledge about tea and its history was more profound, greater than him. The reason was simple. What is the reason? Rajveer had done a lot of reading about tea and its history, even surprised Pranjol's father with his depth knowledge of the subject. So, Rajveer's visit to Dekia Bari, so his visit to Dekia Bari was an opportunity for him to connect his reading and knowledge to the real existing tea plantations, because he was a voracious reader. So it is an opportunity for him to connect his reading and knowledge to the real existing tea plantation. So he was fascinated by the magnificent sea of tea bushes stretching as far as his eyes could see. He saw with his own eyes the groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, plucking the newly sprouted leaves. So, his studies helped him to recognize that the trailer load of tea leaves were the second flush or the sprouting period that gave the best tea. So, it's the knowledge he expresses there. So, dear students, before we wind up the session, let us recall what we discussed in this session. So, Pranjal, a youngster from Assam, is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjal's father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjal has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. So this dialogue is between whom? Rajveer and Pranjal on their train journey to the tea estate. The boys talk about the history of tea, how it came to India and the legends behind its discovery. So Rajveer is very excited with the sight of tea garden. on the hills of Assam. So he is very excited with the sight of tea garden on the hills of Assam and looking forward to learning more about how tea is grown and the rigors of growing it. So this how he was very much excited to know. So dear students, we end this chapter here. If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to clarify during our online discussion. Thank you, dear students.